More than 2,000 years ago, while much of the world still walked in shadows, a civilization raised structures that defied gravity, time, and logic. Rome didn't just conquer territories, it conquered the future. This is the story of its secret technology, the engineering that surpassed its age. Join me in this immersive video about the secret technology of the Roman Empire. But before we begin, I'd like to ask you to leave a like and subscribe so this family can keep growing. Hello, curious minds. Get ready. This is going to change the way you see the past. Welcome to Discovered History. Rome didn't rise only through swords, but through stone, fire, and knowledge. In an era when most cities depended on chance and nature, the Romans mastered the elements. Their greatest weapon wasn't the legion, it was the engineer. Among the ruins that still stand as witnesses to their glory lies an astonishing truth. Rome, built with a vision that, even today, 2 millennia later, continues to challenge modern understanding. It all began with a gray powder, seemingly insignificant, that would forever change the destiny of architecture: pozzolana. This volcanic ash, born from the depths of Vesuvius, wasn't just the residue of destruction, it was the seed of creation. When combined with lime and water, it gave birth to one of the most revolutionary materials in history: opus caementicium, Roman concrete. It wasn't a simple mixture, it was structural alchemy. With it, Rome didn't just build structures, it built bridges between eras, temples that defied time, and harbors that still withstand the force of the sea. Unlike modern cement, which cracks, erodes, and eventually yields to the centuries, Roman concrete has an almost magical quality. It repairs itself. When salt water penetrates its fissures, it doesn't destroy them, it awakens them. The particles of quicklime, dormant within the material, reactivate upon contact with seawater. This reaction forms new crystals that seal the cracks from within, reinforcing the structure as if it were aware of its own survival. This phenomenon, only recently understood by modern science, reveals that the Romans were not merely builders, they were visionaries. Their concrete wasn't designed to last decades, but millennia. In every wall still standing, in every dome defying gravity, there is a lesson in humility for contemporary engineering. Rome built not only with stone and technique, but with a profound understanding of materials, environment, and time itself. That is why the ports of Ostia and Cosa still resist the sea's assault, and why Agrippa's Pantheon continues to hold its monumental dome without metal reinforcements. In that stone dome, the largest of the ancient world, every block was conceived as a symphony of weight and balance. Its central light, the oculus, doesn't just illuminate, it opens a window to the universe, reminding us that Rome's true faith wasn't only in the gods, but in engineering. From the mountains to the cities, Roman aqueducts carried life itself: water. It wasn't just a resource, it was the vital pulse of a civilization that understood that without water, there is no culture, no health, no empire. The Romans didn't settle for following rivers, they redrew them. They traced impossible routes, carved through hills, crossed valleys, and raised arches that still defy time and gravity. Built with a precision that continues to astonish modern engineers, their channels maintained slopes of only a few centimeters per kilometer. A balance so delicate it seemed to defy physics, yet worked with almost miraculous consistency. No pumps, no electricity, no steel, just calculation, stone, and vision. The Aqua Appia, Aqua Claudia, Pont du Gard, names that flow like the arteries of a colossal body. These structures didn't just transport water, they transported civilization. Thanks to them, Rome offered public baths, ornamental fountains, irrigated gardens, and sanitation systems when much of the world still lacked basic hygiene. Where the aqueduct arrived, Rome arrived. And where Rome arrived, a new way of life was born. But water wasn't enough. Rome needed movement, connection, control. Thus were born the Roman roads, a monumental network of more than 80,000 kilometers weaving the empire from the mists of Britain to the deserts of Syria. They weren't simple paths. They were arteries of power, traced with a precision that still challenges modern logic. Beneath their paving stones lay an engineering marvel, meticulously arranged layers of gravel, stone, and sand, with a drainage system so efficient it survived centuries of rain, war, and abandonment. Each road was built to endure the weight of legions, carts, and centuries of history. Through these routes marched armies, merchants, messengers, pilgrims, and spies. Every legionary knew the road beneath his feet was more than stone. It was dominion. Where there was a Roman road, there was order, law, and imperial presence. The saying, "all roads lead to Rome," wasn't a metaphor. It was logistics, strategy, and vision. When nature stood in the way, when a river or mountain stood in their path, Rome didn't stop. With stone arches and underwater foundations, they built works like the Bridge of Alcantara, which still crosses the Tagus, with indestructible elegance. Their engineers invented river foundation techniques using submerged wooden caissons filled with concrete, an innovation that anticipated modern civil engineering. And when terrain became an obstacle, Rome carved through it. The Cumae Tunnel, hand-cut, marked the beginning of underground engineering. Darkness wasn't a limit. It was a frontier waiting to be conquered. The Colosseum, a beast of stone and precision, could hold more than 50,000 people. Its system of pulleys and trapdoors moved beasts and gladiators as if the amphitheater itself breathed. Beneath its stands, the corridors of the Hippodrome formed a mechanical labyrinth that made all of Rome tremble with the roar of spectacle. The Pantheon, the theater of Marcellus, the baths of Caracalla, all these marvels combined art and calculation. In the baths, heat flowed beneath the floors through the hypocaust, a hot air heating system that anticipated modern climate control. Rome didn't just build structures, it built sensory experiences designed for comfort and grandeur. Beyond marble and urban noise, Rome transformed the land itself. Its iron plow, irrigation systems, and hydraulic mills multiplied agricultural production, feeding millions. Even grain, the empire's lifeline, followed a logistical circuit ahead of its time, ventilated storage silos, river transport, and state-controlled public distribution. It was a civilization of engineers before it was one of conquerors. But with the fall of the empire, knowledge faded among ruins and forgotten scrolls. The secret of concrete was lost for more than 1,000 years. The techniques of aqueducts and the hypocaust became legends. It wasn't until the Renaissance, when scholars rediscovered Vitruvius's texts, that Rome's echo awakened again. Its principles resurfaced in Brunelleschi's domes, Leonardo's bridges, and the roads that still shape our highways. Rome fell, but its technology never died. It lives in every bridge we cross, every building we inhabit, every city that rises. Because when ingenuity becomes legacy, time becomes witness, and Rome keeps speaking. If you enjoyed this journey through Roman engineering, remember to subscribe, leave a like, and share the video with other history fans. Activate the notification bell so you don't miss upcoming videos about surprising events or ancient civilizations that shaped the world we live in today. Thank you for watching until the end, And remember, here we don't just tell history, we relive it together.